Yesterday we discussed about cascading and many-to-many relationship. So cascading, why we use cascading? We are saving the employee and we need to save the vehicles also if I don't use the cascade. Suppose if I save the employee using the persist method instead of save method, it has to persist vehicles along with employee automatically. So if I delete the employee, it has to delete the employee information as well as corresponding vehicle information, because I mean there is no meaning if there is no employee, means there is no vehicles for that particular employee in the database. It's not a not required, right? If I remove the employee, the corresponding vehicles also should be removed. There is no meaning if they exist, right? So in that cases, we have to uh, keep cascade. So what happens if I use the cascade? So if I save the vehicle, if I store the employee, vehicle information automatically stores. If I delete the employee, vehicle information automatically deletes, right? So that is the use of cascading. So now we'll create a new project. So this complete project is related to the relationships, right? One to one, many to one, one to many, many to many. So in many to many or one to many relationship, only cascading will come into picture, right? So cascading. So this is about Hibernate relations. So I'm creating a new project now, Hibernate inheritance. Okay, so next, finish. So you know, right? What to create a Hibernate project? What I need to do? I need to go build path, configure build path, add external jars. You can get it from my folder. 6.4. One is this and lib. One is JPA and one is required, under required. We have all this. Okay, and also we need to set in the build path driver, right? It will be on my desktop. Okay, okay, I'm closing all information. Okay, so next, so what I'm doing is here inheritance. So first I need to create XML file, right? So others, XML, next hibernate dot cfg dot xml, finish. So I will get it from the other XML, right? So I will get it from here. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control A. Okay. So in my project already vehicle and employee beans are declared here. Okay. I don't need to do that. I will create employee and vehicle right now. Okay. So what is the package name? This one. New class package employee. Okay, so next what? Private int id, private string name, private string what is age. Okay, so we generate getters and setters for it. Okay, so here this is a ID has to generate automatically, so I am using ID. So before that I have to use entity, right? This is an entity. So this is an ID, this is generated value, it has to generate automatically, and this is a column, name should be something. If you want we can use that, and if you want the address class also I can write that, a private address. This is embedded, right? So I have to use embedded. Okay, address class, no address class is currently, so I have to create new address class. So same thing, finish, and here I am creating private string pin private string street. So generate getters and setters. So this is embeddable, right? Embeddable, and what else we need to write here? So here if you want you can write constructors. So generate getters, generate constructor using fields, select all. Okay, similarly we have to generate default constructor as a source. Okay, this is the address class. Now I am writing a vehicle class. Okay, so there is an vehicle class private vehicle okay, so this is a new vehicle. Create vehicle. So here what I'm doing, I'm having two things, private int vehicle ID, right? So it is a ID is ID, so it has to be generated automatically, and vehicle name private string name. Okay, so I'm generating setters and getters. Okay, everything is fine now. So now in the employee, what I will do, something like one-to-many relationship, one-to-one or one-to-many. So let me use one-to-one. Okay, so source generate getters and setters. Right. So now I want to show you an inheritance right now. So vehicle, now from employee to vehicle there is a one-to-one relationship here. right? One-to-one relationship here. So what I want to do is I want to create one more subclass from the vehicle. So I forgot here entity, right? This is an entity. Right, so I want to create a subclass of it. So new class, what is the subclass? Vehicle, and I want to create four-wheeler, four. Okay, so here private. This is also an entity. Private. There is a specific attribute here. Source generate getter setters. Right. There is one more subclass, new. One minute, 1 minute. Okay, vehicle, two-wheeler vehicle. Okay, this is also an entity. Private stream. Two-wheeler handler. Source generate getters and setters. Selector. Okay. So here I want to have a constructor. Source generate constructor using fields. Okay, one field originates, so I don't use constructor. Fine. Okay, so one vehicle has two subclasses, right? Four-wheeler and two-wheeler. And so what I will do is, when in the client program, whenever I create an employee, I have to create the vehicle, right? So that vehicle, it depends on employee, right? So one employee has two-wheeler, one employee may be having four-wheeler. So I will decide at runtime. When I create my program, when I create an employee object, at that time I will come to know whether this employee has four-wheeler or two-wheeler. So when I create an employee, I will create, depends on employee, I will create, if it is a four-wheeler, if this employee has four-wheeler, I will assign a four-wheeler object to this vehicle. Right. Similarly, if an employee has two-wheeler vehicle, while creating an employee, I will assign this vehicle to two-wheeler object. Okay, I am creating now a class or test Hibernate client, right? Public static void main generate. So here, so what I need to do, I need to get the session factory now, right? First of all, I need to get session factory equal to, sorry, yes, equal to new configuration, right? Dot configure dot build session factory. So now I need to open the session. Need to open the session. Next, I need to create an employee object. Employee emp equal to new employee emp dot set. So it doesn't require set ID, right? So I don't use set name. What is the employee name? emp dot set address new address. So new address, first I have to give pin street. So 5,20,000 and street is emp dot set age. Okay, you also have given a string, so I will let me take a string only. Here I have taken a string there in class. I will take a string, not an issue. So vehicle equal to new four-wheeler vehicle. Okay, otherwise what I will do, I will create constructor here. Source generate constructor using fields. Source generate constructor from super class. I am saving it. Similarly, two-wheeler source generate constructor using fields. Source generate constructor using from super class. I am saving this. Okay, so in this I am saying car. Right, so in the employee emp dot set vehicle equal to vehicle. That's it. So let me save the vehicle and employee. So session dot save vehicle. Okay, so this is about one employee. So I want to create one more employee. Employee 1, employee 1, employee 1, employee 1, vehicle 1, vehicle 1, employee 1, employee 1, vehicle 1. So here I want a two-wheeler object to be saved. So two-wheeler. Okay, so some other person, 5,80,000 Gachibowli, 40 age. That's it. So I saved the employee, I saved the vehicle details, right? So let me close it. Session dot close. System dot out dot println employees, right? So this is, did we miss anything? So here we have to write this, we have to define this four-wheeler vehicle and two-wheeler vehicle. So what I will do in the cfg.xml file, I have to define these two classes. Okay, so let me let me run the client program, run as Java application. It is exception, unknown entity, four-wheeler. In the hibernate.cfg file, sorry, we have defined somewhere else, right? This is the CFG file from Hibernate relations. Let me control S, save this. In this I haven't written. Okay, so again, let me open client program, run as Java application. Unknown car. Let me remove all the tables. Okay, let me run once again. Run as Java application. Okay, so now you are able to see here. See, there are two tables, employee and vehicle. That's it. There are two tables, employee and vehicle. So how it handles if I have a one-to-one relationship with a subclass, right? So employee to vehicles there is a one-to-one relationship, but vehicle is not direct object. It has indirect objects. Indirect objects means inherited objects. We are assigning inherited objects. So when I save this vehicle, so how it handles, how the table will be created in the database, right? So here you can see here, right? For each employee, it has taken two insert statements. One is employee, insert into employee, insert into vehicle. So insert into employee, you know already, right? There is a foreign key. It's a one-to-one relationship. So, and see in the vehicle class, it has mentioned name, four-wheeler, D type. Right, insert into vehicle name, two-wheeler, D type. Right, so let me run and show you the database table. So see, if I run the vehicle, so these details were not saved because we are not committed the transaction, right? Okay, transaction. So we have to say begin transaction. Control C, Control V, dot begin transaction. Similarly, we have to get the same transaction, dot get transaction, and then we have to commit. So whatever the transaction I have begin, I can use the transaction object here tx, and you can say tx dot commit, but unnecessarily variable is not required. That's why I'm not using that. So run as Java application. Okay, so run as Java application. Now inserted several couple of entries. So I will refresh. So in employee we have employee details and vehicle detail. Vehicle employee ID 1 is pointing to vehicle ID 1, employee ID 2 is pointing to vehicle ID 2. So if you go to the vehicle, if you observe here, there is a vehicle ID, right? Vehicle ID 1, employee ID 1 is pointing to vehicle ID 1, right? So vehicle ID 1 has four-wheeler car. So that means employee 1 is having four-wheeler car. Employee ID 2 is pointing to vehicle ID 2. That means employee ID 2 having the two-wheeler handler, that nothing but bike. Right? So, see, if you observe here in the same vehicle, there are two columns, four-wheeler handler, two-wheeler handler. Right? If an employee have, I mean, as per our object design, right, Pojo, our beans design, an employee can only have one vehicle, right? Employee only have one vehicle, either four-wheeler or two-wheeler. See, if employee having four-wheeler, definitely two-wheeler will become null. If an employee having two-wheeler, definitely four-wheeler become null. That means in a single table, all vehicles are maintained. In a single table, all tables are vehicles are maintained. Maybe it may be two-wheeler, it may be four-wheeler, it may be something else. So three-wheeler. So everything maintained in the single table. So because of single table, there may be having some chances, some columns are null sometimes. Actually it's a very good design, database design, right? vehicles names are null because we haven't specified vehicle names here. If you want, we can specify here vehicle name. If you want, you can specify here vehicle names, vehicle dot set name. Set name, some vehicle name. Okay, some names run as okay. So these are the vehicle names, the city and Honda. And see, this is not a good database design as per database. If you talk about database, so it's not a good database design. Right, by default Hibernate uses this database design, that means single table database design by default. Okay, by default Hibernate uses single table strategy in the inheritance. So you can also tell Hibernate to create a separate table for this, right? To create a separate table for this. So for that you need to do only thing is that here you have to mention inheritance strategy. Inheritance type. See, if you mention single table, it's a by default single table strategy it uses, right? So if I mention this one also, same thing happens. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating a separate table per class. Okay, so before running that I want to remove these two. Okay, now let me run. Hibernate link, run as Java application. Not happening. Okay, so we have to cannot identify column key relation. Okay, before showing this, I want to show you single table first. Okay, if at all tables are created, refresh. Single table only. I want to show you run as Java application. Okay, so single table only I am showing you right now. So the same thing, right? Refresh. There is an employee table, there is a vehicle table, right? If you observe, there is a column called D type. There is a column called D type. This is called descriptor type. Okay, so in the vehicle class, we also have an extra column called D type, right? By default, it is storing class names. By default, it is storing class name. That means entity names. See, car is a four-wheeler vehicle, right? So four-wheeler class it stores by default right, for querying easily, right? It is stored descriptor type as a column. If you want this descriptor type, you can change the column name. Okay, how to change that? In the vehicle class, you can use descriptor dis descriptor column name equal to, instead of data type I can say vehicle type. Okay, so now I will run again, run as Java application. Okay, so I am refreshing. You see the vehicle, the descriptor type is now my own string name, column name, right? And also the values, four-wheeler vehicle, two-wheeler vehicle, I don't want to, I mean, I don't want vehicle and all here, so I want my own string. So what you can do, in the four-wheeler you can also specify what is the descriptor value, right? Descriptor value. Similarly, in the two-wheeler, descriptor value. Alright, two-wheeler. That's it. So now let me go on. Okay, so I'm getting the data. So let me refresh the schema. Okay, when I run the vehicle class, I'm getting four-wheeler, two-wheeler. So this is about single. By default, Hibernate uses a single table strategy. By default, Hibernate inheritance uses single table strategy. If you want each table, for each table, there are three types of strategies. So by default, Hibernate uses single table strategy. See again, if you use this one, right? If you want an employee, it has to write a join query based on the parameters. I mean, see, if at all we need a join, if at all we need an employee, right? It has to get the vehicle details as well. So from this table, getting the vehicle details is somewhat difficult compared to separate table, right? If we have a separate table for four-wheeler, if we have a separate table for two-wheeler, it's very easy for us to get the join query. So that's why single table strategy is not recommended in terms of database design, right? So that's why we have here we have, now I don't have descriptor type, so I'm removing this. Otherwise I will comment this, right? Similarly, in the four-wheeler, it doesn't have descriptor value. I'm commenting this. Similarly, in the two-wheeler, it doesn't have two-wheeler. I'm commenting this. Okay. In the vehicle class, inheritance type I am taking as table per class. Now I am telling table per class. I am saving this. I am removing these two tables. Okay. I am removing these two tables. I am just saying inheritance type as table per class. Now I am running client program. Run as Java application. The same error which we got earlier, cannot use identity column. key generation with, okay, so okay, so I think for vehicle, right, maybe it is expecting, see, it's a separate table, right, uh, it's a separate tables now. So if it is a separate table, it is expecting an ID here. So what I will do is I will declare the ID, ID at the rate ID at the rate generated value. So I'm doing the same for four-wheeler as well. So let me run in program. Cannot cache to root cache.